One of the most essential targets law enforcement or control tactics use is going to be a wrist grabbing type of an action. Now, the wrist is a good strong instrument to grab onto, but the problem is when you grab it, the person's going to have that resistance again. What I want to do is I'm going to release my grip like you saw in the key elements, but what I need to do now is I need to find a target that's going to make him completely weak when I grab his wrist. Now there's a nerve, the radial nerve, that comes down the inside of the forearm here. Now it's usually buffered by a tendon and a muscle right here in the wrist, and it's protected by the bone on the top. So when you grab it, you're going to have to actually push the skin down and the muscle past it and then dig in. You're going to see that that causes immediate pain. Now when you send a shock of pain into an individual, you don't want to maintain that pain, because what's going to happen is over time a person's going to get used to it and they're going to just go past it, okay, and they're going to start resisting again. So you want to send a quick shot of pain to weaken the whole body. Now what you're going to see this nerve can actually accomplish is it's going to weaken the hand. So if he has a grip on something, it can weaken that. It's going to open up his hand. So if you tighten that hand a little bit and I squeeze this, you can see that thing just springs open. Now when you push this nerve, as I said before, you got to push past that muscle and that tendon. You're going to squeeze the nerve against the bone and then pull it toward the hand, and that's what's going to cause the physical weakening of the body. Now it might seem like a very complex thing to do, specialized in a highly adrenalized state. But what you got to understand is this is something you're going to do on a daily basis. You're going to be grabbing people's wrists. As you get used to just grabbing that, you're not going to even be thinking about it anymore. You're just going to grab right into the person to cause that weakness and that shock. And like I said, it's only a split second to get that control over the person that we'll get into a little bit later. Okay? Now, what this also does, besides releasing the hand, is it makes the body fold. It weakens the complete body and buckles the knees. It also, for the shock of pain, that quick shock of pain, confuses the mind, because the body is not used to internal energy like this or internal stresses like this. If I've grabbed him or I hit him on the arm, the body's used to that. Especially if you've got someone that's in more of a tough situation, they've been banged around a little bit in their life, okay? Or they've been arrested before, they've been controlled before, they know what's coming, they know the tactics that's been used on them. But once you go inside the body, all of a sudden their brain can't cope with this because it's a new situation. It's a new dilemma for them. In that split second, I got the control over the person, I can initiate something else. All right? But now as I squeeze into this point, what I want you to watch is body structure. The legs buckle, the body bends. He comes forward, he's in a weakened state, and mentally he's weakened too, because now I've got him under control. I can move into a position where I can take advantage of that. Okay? So that's the first target, lung number 8. Now we're going to take a look at some of the scenarios that would help in the field. That lung 8 point really works great for releasing, especially if you've got a situation where you've got a guy up against a fence for a search, or you just need to get his arm behind his back for control. Okay, as I go to pull this man's hand, he's going to be on the fence. I'm not going to be able to control him in any particular way because he's balanced and he's got good strength. By using that one pressure point, I can get that one hand to release that fence, and then I can bring him right back in, or I can get the arm behind him into a more of a cuffing position. All right, so again, as a person's got to latch on, this weakens the hand grip considerably. So by learning how to squeeze that, you've got the whole body under control. You release the grip with minimal effort. There's no damage. And the important factor here is that I'm not fighting him anymore. Okay, as soon as I inflict the pain and release it, he understands there's a mutual respect there. If I try to keep the pain on, or I try and keep hurting this individual, he's going to get more resistant and more violent as I go. But if I'm talking him through this, as he's got his hand on, I'm going, come on, give me that hand. Okay, relax, relax, everything's going to be fine. Okay, if we start talking him through this, okay, there's going to be a much better chance that he's not going to escalate this situation. So again, this lung point number 8, turn around, lung point number 8 on the inside wrist, excellent for releasing, whether it be from a chain link fence, from a car, from a door handle, from whatever. This works great. Same situation, you got control of the car. he's got his hands on the back of this bed, and you try to pull the hands off and they're resisting. If I relax a second, then squeeze this point, the hand releases. Now I can bring him right back in, or I can get that hand right back up into control factor. So once again, it doesn't matter where the situation takes place. If you need to get the hand released, you need to weaken the body, you need to mentally take him off balance, you just grab that point. And on that filming, what you just saw is I wasn't even looking at it. What's going to happen over your training periods, once you get used to this, once you grab a person's wrist, you're automatically going to be on that point, weakening that point every time you do it. So the scenario isn't just the scenarios you're going to see in this filming, it's universal. Every time you grab someone by the wrist, doesn't matter how, if you could grab onto my shirt here, he's got me here, I can just weaken him down, so now we can get him into a better position. It'll happen everywhere for you. It's just tactical, feel, okay, and after a while, it just becomes automatic. This point can actually be used also to take the person all the way off their feet. If I've grabbed onto their wrist in this position, I can get it right down onto his back here, switch hands so we get him right into a better position for ourselves for safety and to control the individual. Or if I've just grabbed the wrist, this weakening can just bring him right down to the floor where I've got better control over the individual. Again, weakening the body and the mind. That's critical.
Step away from the vehicle, sir. I said step away from the vehicle. Step away from the vehicle, sir. I said step away from the vehicle. Bring back your other hand. Bring back your other hand.
Give me your money.
I want your money. I want your money. Give me your money. Give me your other hand.
I want